got a new dog. It's a paranoid retriever. He brings everything back because he's not sure what I threw. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. Done with the luxury European artisan stuff from last week. So IAMCDB tagged me to do a budget shave and to beat him in the total sum of what the stuff costs. So this is a palm olive stick. Favorite of Brits, but manufactured in Germany. So that's fun. That's what it looks like. Looks like one of those things you put on the side of the toilet bowl to make it smell nice. But it doesn't smell like that. Brush. So this is, I'm gonna call this $2. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, don't. Preferably. This old thing, this is small and old. I'm not even sure what hair it is. Might be badger. This was $6. And going with a straight razor, this is a CV Helgestrand Sandvik Swedish steel. It's a frame back. And I picked this up for $2. So I'm at a total of $10, which beats CDB with quite a margin. Because he had this fancy brush that cost 13 bucks, I think. So, you know, if you want to go down the luxury route with brushes, you lose out. So this is a stick. I used this not too long ago, but I have to use it again because it is the cheapest soap I have. So you just put on as much as you want to. And it sticks to the whiskers, basically. So you can put on a little bit, or you can put on a big bit. I have pretty much 24 hours of growth because I've been shaving every day for quite a while now. With the straights, I heard someone say today, Justin, the Red Island shaver, said, I'm not soaking this, I'm just getting it a bit wet. This has no backbone whatsoever. I've used this more than any other brush. I use this exclusively for, gonna say, over 20 years. This was the only brush I used. More or less every day. So, but I used it with cream, and I didn't quite know what I was doing. So I'm holding down on it a bit to get it a little bit of backbone. Because if I don't, well, I could use it anyway. But I prefer to. Since I'm building the lather on my face, I prefer it this way. And you sort of have to, I think, with the stick, or how would you otherwise do it? Well, you could cut a piece off, I guess, but they're typically quite hard. I only have four sticks, I think, so I don't use them very often. But you see, it didn't look like much that I put on, and now you have a pasty, nice pasty coverage of the whole thing. So oops, and have running water, paint water into it. So is palm olive a good soap? Well, it's not bad. Not bad. It's not a soap I pick up when I feel like I'm going to indulge in wet shaving. So to be honest, I mainly use it for budget tag shaves, but I don't mind the soap. It doesn't smell very much, but it smells rather nice. I can't describe it. Not at all the citrusy smell you get out of quite a few generic mass-made soaps. This is a bit darker and a bit greener. God, so much more work when you have so little, such a little knot to work with. I mean, you don't need a huge brush. You can do very well with, you know, this is the Duke, which looks enormous, but it's one of my smallest. I mean, this one is smaller than a wee Scott, I think. And yeah, okay, yeah, you can. I see people do wonders with a wee Scott. But then the wee Scott, I understand, is a pretty good brush, whereas this isn't really. I don't know why I didn't think to get another brush. You know, you get used to. I used the Sensor from Gillette cartridge, and then the Sensor XL, and then a Mach 3, and then Fusion. And I would use exclusively for all these years, so over 20 years, as far as I remember, Macaroot from Body Shop. Has that been around for 25 odd years? Well, anyway, I've used so many cans of that stuff. I've done thousands of shaves. Yeah, let's say I shaved 300 times a year for 20 years. What is that? 6,000? 6,000 shaves with this brush, easily. And Macaroot and cartridge, and I got good shaves. I've never had a problem with cartridges. Never had irritation really. When I go back and use them on my face, I do get ingrown hairs. That's the only thing. Whereas with a straight razor or Chevette, I can go a year without one single ingrown hair. Incredible. I don't know why. I'm sure someone clever can explain that. So are we getting anywhere? I don't think so. Holy God. I'm gonna accelerate the lubrication a bit, put even more water on. Because you don't want to watch me fuff around with a miniature brush forever, do you? Now you get a good lather out of this thing. You really do. I just want to mix it in reasonably well, because you can have soap and add paint water on and get to something pretty decent. But I want to try and work the water in. It's quite a lot of work. I'm going to give up before this lather is on point. But I need to get it wet enough, and I need it to be mixed properly. I think that might do, actually. Let's call it do. And let's see if there's any soap left for pass number 2. If we do pass number 2, if I don't get tired of the razor, because this razor is not phenomenal. It's just cheap. But it was my first frame back. I thought it would be interesting with a frame back. I cleaned it up with metal polish, and that's about it. But it is a Helgestrand, so it's a decent, it's a good brand. This one, however, is, yeah, it cuts hair, but it's not very comfortable, to be honest. It's a one-pass razor. I'm not sure I'm going to want to go against the grain, to be honest. Probably try. Let's see where it leads. Where are we on moisture? Come on. Okay, with a bit of help. So not quite there. It rinses off the blade, but not as easily as if it was properly moisturized. It's just sometimes too much. So not a bad soap, actually pretty decent. It's not going to do anything to save your skin from getting dry. I don't think it has many moisturizing properties, but it gets the work done. Here you go. It's better on that side. I'm being sloppy. Come on. Go, 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 go. You saw it extend. It's like it's rubber or something. But clearly you want a slightly better brush. Maybe not bigger, but more backbone. Oh, what do we have? Oh, we have a hair. Where did it go? Yeah. Oh. I stabbed my finger with the... That's really good. See how that goes? It actually smells rather nice. It works. It's not uncomfortable down here. Yeah, so I got sidetracked. So Justin said he finds shaving every day with a straight razor is quite okay. He doesn't get worn out or too much irritation, but he can't do that with the DE. Then it's too much. So he didn't say why, or I didn't hear why. Be interesting if you comment, Justin, if you're listening. But is that because of the design of the razor, or is it in fact that you shave a bit more with the DE? You make more of an effort to get a really close shave, whereas with the straight, at least I don't buff too much. I do my motions, one way, other way, sort of thing. And I don't get a perfect BBS everywhere on the neck and where I have, what do you call that? Where the, star patterns on the beard and so on. But I get where I want to be, and I can shave every day without irritation, typically. It's not so bad. Not so bad. Not so good either, but it works. It kind of works against the grain. Gets the job done. It's a close shave. Must be the fantastic soap. Well, it is slick. What's the slickest soap base you've experienced in your opinion? The slickest soap in the world, and I know it's subjective, but you guys are experts, so let me know below. Be interesting. So in terms of tagging other people, I'm a bit late to the party. I've seen all the people I was planning to tag, not all, but a lot of the people I was planning to tag have been tagged already. So, and I haven't asked anyone, and I know quite a few people who don't want to get tagged, and I don't want to tag them. So I'll tag Tim Shull, mainly because I enjoy watching Tim's videos. I was going to tag Jeremy, the traveling shaver, but he's done it. So Tim, if you're up for it, give us an update on the bathroom renovation while you're at it. Tim has a crawling space underneath his house. I've spent a lot of time in crawling spaces, so I'm interested to see how that works out. This is more comfortable than it usually is. So, you've seen me complain a bit with this backhand left-hand stroke where I go sort of sideways or against the grain on the mustache area on this side. So Doug Bear got in touch and gave me some advice, and I probably misunderstand it, but it's been skidding and so forth, and I'm not in control basically. So he said, I think, put the razor flat to the face with the spine to the face, so you're in control, and I'm going to stretch and then raise to get the angle you want and go. That works pretty well. Wow, thanks Doug. At least it gets me concentrated. Maybe it's he's a tennis coach, so he knows a lot of it is mind games. What's the movie where is it Tin? No, it's Tin Cap. I think Kevin Costner, Tin Cap. I think it is where. Or it's, yeah, okay, you'll know, so you'll tell me. But anyway, this player's been doing really well unexpectedly, and he's going to play in a big competition, and his mind leaves him to dry, basically. So he's on the driving range before the game, and he just won't hit a ball. He gets, I can't remember what the error is, but he can't hit it. You know, it doesn't leave the ground or whatever. And then his coach, or his caddy, he doesn't have a coach, says, well, if you move 3 of the whatever it is, pennies or pigs or something, from your right pocket to your left pocket, that will do the trick, because that gives you balance. And he tries that, and then he hits the ball properly. And of course it has no real impact, but it takes the focus away from thinking, oh, what's the problem, to thinking about something random, could be whatever. And then you go back to knowing, you go back to muscle memory, and you go back to doing what you used to do, because this thing is new for me. So maybe Doug is just being really clever, or it worked, because you could see it wasn't skidding really, it just, yeah. Thanks Doug, in any event. So, a few of you have asked, what does it feel like to shave with a frame back? And it's hard to explain. I only have 2 that I use, and it's this one and the Tori one, so both are Swedish steel. And it's super stiff. It's a thin blade, but it feels really stiff. It feels like there's no flex. You know, in a hollow razor, there is quite a bit of flex, and I don't know if there isn't any in this. It just feels like it. So it feels a bit like a wedge, and it feels a bit like a wick. that will do. I'm not going to do any aftershave because I don't have to, and I want to keep the budget. And Chris didn't use one either, if I remember. You know what? That was a pretty good shave. Pretty good shave. Very quite close. Normal straight razor close. So slick, the soap. Loads of residual slickness. I have no cuts, no irritation or anything really. Something down there, but I think I had that before. So wow. So I took the soap off with warmish water, and now I'm putting cold water on because it's good for the feeling. And it closes super small weepers or wounds, just the super small ones. Huh, there you go. Not so bad, not so bad. So Palmolive stick, $2. C.V. Hellestrand vintage, obviously razor, which did a pretty good job. $2. I'm not lying. $2 on the eBay, Swedish eBay, let's call it that, Tradera. $6 undescript brush that I've had for about 25 years. $10, and I got a pretty good shave. So it can be done. Sometimes it's fun to do it and not only use luxury stuff. So Tim, you're up. Anyone else, if you want to do it, do it. You don't have to be tagged. But it makes, I mean, Chris starts these budget tags and similar with some regularity, and it makes quite a bit of sense because we can practice and show people that it doesn't have to be expensive or luxurious. And doing a budget shave every once in a while makes you enjoy the fancy stuff a bit more. So mixing it up, I think, is quite good. Thanks for watching. Tim, you're up if you want to. See you soon and stay sharp.